It's pretty cool when you're sent something and you go, yeah, cool, it's functional, but this time it's functional and by God, it's probably the best looking tripod I've ever used. If you are someone who shoots photography with your phone, as well as a DSLR, or you're moving to a DSLR, you have to consider this tripod. This is going to do both, and you're going to look pretty bloody good while you're doing it. More often than not, the tripods that I review come in a bag, and I hardly ever show you the bags because they're just bags. And this one isn't just a bag. Well, it is just a bag, but again, it's functional. And it looks amazing. Like the quality in this is really good. It's padded well. It's got all the accessories in there, which I'll talk to you about in a second. But it's got a sling. It looks like it's waterproof. I'm impressed with just the freaking bag, for crying out loud. This is the Origin Plus Travel Tripod from Fotopro. Have a look at that. Look at the detailing in that. It looks absolutely amazing. And it is, to be quite frank, it is just a tripod. Just a travel tripod. It's got things that I absolutely love about this, especially the looks. I can't go on about that enough. The detail, like the etched detail in the metal here is, like, you look at the logo just etched into the metal. It's just so impressive. And it's got adjustments on this tripod that I haven't seen before. When fully extended, this has a maximum height of about 153 centimeters, which I think is about 60 odd freedom units high. And down low, it goes, I think it's about 170 mils, so 17 centimeters. So like that far, like just over 6 inches, say. And you look at this and you go, how on earth do you get that low? It weighs 1.5 kilos roughly, or about 3.4 pounds, something like that. And it can take a maximum of 20 kilos on this tripod, which is it's a lot of weight for a camera. And when we pair it up with this phone holder here, also from Fotopro, you'll see this combined with this makes for a pretty bloody good mobile photography tripod. The phone holder itself, it's got a couple of cold shoe mounts, one on the top of the holder, one on the bottom, and it's got an inbuilt Arca Swiss mount there as well. Now this performs just like every other tripod. It's got the things which you regular viewers would know, that I like these sorts of legs over the others because they're just so easy to adjust these in the dark. But even with these little points right there, look at the detail in there. Look at how well that's made. That is made, it is spring loaded. See it there? Spring loaded. And even those little latches that I just showed you, even those have got logos embossed in them. The quality in the minutest detail in this tripod, I can't rate it highly enough. All right, let's look at the tripod from the top to the bottom. First of all, up on the ball head here, it is an Arca Swiss mount like many other ball heads. These days, I tend to suggest to people get an Arca Swiss mount or an Arca Swiss tripod because it's very universal. There are a few tripods around that are very specific to that brand, but Arca Swiss mounts tend to go across many brands. So I would always recommend an Arca Swiss type mount. On the side here, you screw this in to seal up the Arca Swiss base plate or the phone holder like I showed you before. On the top of the plate there, you've got a spirit level. This is something now, I'll just tighten up that ball head. This is something now that I've never seen on another tripod. See this other screw right here? We loosen this screw, the ball head's in place, but the head will turn without the ball moving, which is, well, that's kind of interesting. Moving down now with the ball head, you see there's another logo that's embossed into that there. And they've done this so well all through the tripod. The embossing of the logos, the quality of the components that are in this, it just looks bloody amazing. Across there, like on many other tripods, we've got a screw on the side here. We'll loosen that one off and we can pivot the head around. You'll see over here, this side here, you've got that little mark there, and that there is where you will line up the numbers. I used to use this function on many tripods some time ago when I was stitching together panoramas. So you would go into a shot and then overlap it by half, then half, then half, then half. And I find that those little incremental details on all ball heads are very helpful for that. This ball head, we can take it off that center shaft to get the height of the tripod lower. So we just unscrew this very easily. And this here is something that you get in the bag that you get when you get the tripod. Screw there, put this into place there. we take out this center column here and we put this in its place, and it brings it down to a height of just this high. So when you do all of that, and if you have a look as we get a bit lower here, the latches on the legs, we pop those out like that, and we can bring the legs up to horizontal. That way we can have the whole tripod down to that 6 inches, like I said before. On the base of that center shaft, it's also got a hook there to hook onto bags, etc. You could actually use the bag that it comes with for a bit of weight in windy conditions so the tripod doesn't move. Right, moving down the tripod, down the center stem there, we've got the 3 adjustable legs, and there's also a spirit level on the side just here. And if you look around on here, you've got the 1/4 inch drive that you see. There's 2 of those on many tripods that we see these days, and that's to hang lights and other accessories off. The adjustment here to get the legs up level, once you push that back in, you'll hear it clicking when it comes back down. And that's just to get that 6 inch level that I mentioned before. All of the screws that are around the heads here, even these have the detail. Like, have a look at that right there. It's even got the company name that makes this tripod. The details in this, I can't rate it enough. It looks amazing, it really does. To adjust all of these, if we look back up the center stem there, right there, there's actually an Allen key in here. That small Allen key, it lives on the tripod. And this here is used to adjust the tension of these legs if you so desired. Also, I believe it is on this one. See right there, there's another screw on these latches on the legs. This here can be used to tighten or loosen the tension of that lock. That is very clever. I've never seen that on a tripod before. So the center column on here is aluminium of some sort. Down the legs here, these are carbon fiber, and they're not round. They're actually like, they've got some angular edges to them, and this here, I think, will actually be stronger tension-wise than a regular round carbon fiber rod as a leg. So I think this is going to be quite strong, and when you think about this can actually take 20 kilos, that kind of makes sense. Moving down those latches, as I said before, these latches, the actual locks on them are metal. The detail in it is just bloody amazing. I'm so impressed by it. On this one leg over here, we've got a rubber hand grip, if you like, and it's grippy. Moving down, the last thing I'll show you on this tripod is on the legs here, on the feet, if you like. So some tripods don't have interchangeable feet, some do. I like what this one does. It's got the rubber feet on the bottom there, but we can actually take these off, and then you've got the metal spikes, which I guess for the folks who are dealing a lot with ice and things like that, when you're doing your photography, this will come in handy. For me here in Australia, I would still be using the rubber foot there. But something with these feet, I've had some 3-legged things and other tripods that have interchangeable feet, and I generally don't like them because I lose them, and it's one of my bugbears. This here doesn't actually come off, so you're never going to lose that, but you may lose this. So that would be the only concern that I have about this tripod, losing these feet. But it comes with spares. There's 3 spare feet there that you get in the kit. I've been using this tripod now for about 2 weeks in recording different videos. I've actually been using it as the tripod that this camera here sits on. And I've got to tell you, I'm pretty impressed with it. It looks bloody amazing. I'm so impressed with it. I think in the audience that would be watching this, one of you bloody legends, this here is for you guys who do both, the mobile photography and DSLR photography. If you were just doing mobile photography only, this is an overkill, but it's gonna look bloody good while you are overkilling it. But for someone who does both, or someone who just does DSLR sort of mirrorless photography, this is bloody awesome.